Fun fact, did you know that 95% of recruiters use LinkedIn in their recruiting efforts? This helps us see the importance of an effective LinkedIn profile and strategy. So let's dive into that to see how you can utilize LinkedIn to get you growing in your career. Hey there, my name is Jeff Perry, leadership and career development expert for engineers, author of The Intentional Engineer and The Intentional Career Guide to Professional Networking. And today we're talking about LinkedIn and just how important it is to especially create an optimized and effective LinkedIn profile that gets you results and gets people finding you. And when they look at you, see that you are the type of person that they might want to hire or work with. LinkedIn can be used in a number of different ways. It's critical for networking, connecting with good people. You can find them, they can find you. It's a great way to start conversations and relationships. It's a great place, your profile especially, for personal branding. You have this wonderful page to showcase who you are, a little bit about yourself, and in a bunch of different ways where people can get to know you before you have a conversation. So it's a great place to showcase your personal brand. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the main areas of a LinkedIn profile and identify what are the lowest hanging fruit and the first things that you should be looking at to optimize your profile, and what are the key things to make sure you get right in each of these sections. So to start, the very first one that we need to get right, the most important of anything else that you do on LinkedIn, is the headline. This is where most people put this kind of role at this company, right? That's the basic default way that people share their headline, but it's pretty ineffective and it doesn't tell us much. But the headline gets shown along with your photo more than anything else, and it's the most keyword heavy in terms of the influence that any keywords that you put into your headline in terms of people finding you and noticing you. So make sure to put multiple things about you in terms of maybe it's software technologies that you're a part of, maybe it's things that you're interested in, the type of job that maybe you want to be going for or want to be seen for if it's not what you're doing right now, right? Put multiple things in there. You can optimize, maybe don't use all of the characters available, but put a whole lot more than I'm a software engineer, or I'm a mechanical engineer, or I'm an engineering leader. Okay, what kind, what tools, what things do you care about? Do you have an approach to leadership or teamwork or other things or interests or hobbies you care about? Put those in there, people will find you for them. Second, let's look at the About section. This is the place to tell your story. So often people will put one paragraph and say, I kind of reiterate their headline, I'm this kind of engineer with this number of years of experience with a demonstrated history of doing X, Y, and Z. Nobody cares, right? Now, I'm not saying that you can't straightforward say this is who you are and this is what you're looking for, but tell us a story. What did you get into the industry for? What are you passionate about? Give us some of your career highlights in bullet points that you've delivered some great things. Then again, make it keyword heavy. You can put key skills, softwares, technologies, soft skills, leadership, and other things that you can do in your About section to tell us a story in a few paragraphs about who you are and where you've come from, to key career highlights, and then give us those bullet points of skills that you have so that we know who you are and what you can do. The next section I want to talk about is the featured section. The featured section, most people don't utilize because it's an optional section. Not everyone does it. You have to opt in to choose something to put in there. And what it does is it puts some links or documents or anything that you want to share high up on your profile so that people can see them. So I highly suggest you utilize this, maybe for a personal profile or a website, or if you have a GitHub account or a portfolio, anything that you want to share high up on your profile that you want to feature, because it is the featured section, make sure to put in there. Don't avoid doing that. If you don't have something that you can put in there, create something so that you can share that with the world. Now let's talk about the experience section. This is the most straightforward one. It's very similar to your experience section that you might have in a resume, but again, a lot of people misuse this. You can actually be a lot more wordy in LinkedIn than you can in a resume because you're not held to 1 or 2 pages, right? There's no pagination, and so you can put more in here. So I actually like to mix it up with a little bit of storytelling. You can put a paragraph, maybe 2 or 3 sentences about how you got into the role, what your main focus is, and then use the bullet points that are action-oriented. So start with the action verbs, and as many of them as possible, make them measurable. Get them using numbers to showcase the impact, the range or the scale and the scope of the things that you have accomplished and have taken responsibility for. Put those things in there. I want to see numbers, not just a description of like, I do this, I do that. Nobody cares. They want to know why that matters and what impact you've made. And then you can also have the opportunity, kind of like the featured section, if you want to put some links or other things attached to that role, you can do that. You can also connect it with your skills section to put skills that you have in your skills section that you've utilized relevant to that role as well. And finally, I suggest to optimize things down towards the bottom. At least fill them out, your education, volunteer opportunities, definitely your skills. Recruiters will look for that. That's an easy place to just put as many skills as you want in there that you do have that are relevant. And also make sure to grab some and ask for some recommendations, essentially testimonials and some street cred of who you are. Make sure to give them as well. So there's a lot of different sections in LinkedIn, but we wanted to focus on the ones that are most impactful for you here today. Updating your LinkedIn profile can have a huge impact. I've seen people who, even just by updating the headline, suddenly they were getting no traction to suddenly recruiters and others are reaching out to them. So if you do nothing else, update the headline, do the other things, spend half hour, hour or two, and just dive in and get these things updated. You'll be surprised by how much more effective your profile will be able to work for you in the coming days. If you do that and you update things and you get some different results, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. So thanks again for being here. Hope you keep coming back, and make sure to like and subscribe the video if this was helpful for you, and follow along for more intentional career and leadership updates for you and your team. And hope to see you on the next video. Thanks so much.